Okay, so we're going to rate the Christian Pulisic and Weston McKennie and give them our best stars of the season. Let's start with Captain Christian, shall we? Marco, why don't you go first and give us your review on his season?
I think it's pretty simple with Christian. He started out the first half of the season, and we said, all right, he's picked up where he left off. Everything we know with Christian. He's so consistent, one of the best players in Serie A, high-flying. Even when he had to play out of position, it was really working. And then in the second half, he still has not scored a goal in 2026, only has that one goal involvement, the assist. And it really started from the match against Fiorentina, where I remember him being in front of the net, having opportunities, and he missed. And I said to myself, okay, this is one game. Yet it's sort of trickled down. Then there's been the moments with Leao where Leao has not been happy, saying he's playing for himself. It feels like he's lacking confidence, and it really feels like he just needs that one goal to go in and to get back to the form that we know and love of Christian. But some of the worry is, I was reading Gazzetta even yesterday, they said he has a renewal that they were supposed to find an agreement for. His contract expires in 2027. Those talks are stalled. Those talks are not ongoing. So
do you think that's on the Milan side or the Christian side?
Gazzetta said both.
Oh, interesting.
Which is interesting.
Okay.
But we hope he'll get back to form.
So your review, first half felt in line with the previous films we're taking in the series, but halfway through it felt like it didn't hit the way I thought it would. Yeah. That's obviously the mid-season stumbles, isn't it? That's been a little bit concerning, especially considering that it's the World Cup now this summer. Nige, what about you?
Marco makes a lot of great points. I jump on these points, and I think started off great, but needs to find his form. So, Poppy, could you do the honours of my review, please?
Nigel said to me in the break, will you read mine?
Go on, read mine. Come on, it sounds better.
He's making fun of us. Making fun of us.
Love the start. He doesn't even wear glasses or anything. Love the start of this sequel, but it needed to find the joy the previous installments had that made them exceptional.
Sounds better in your voice.
The reason why I say that for my review, Poppy, is because, again, like Marco said, started off great. For me, I think he needs to find that joy again. That's what's missing in Pulisic right now. Needs to find the same joy that he had at the start of the season, and that is why I gave that review. And you read it because you have a more angelic voice compared to mine.
We're both English.
Angelic. You hammered or what? nothing angelic about her.
Lies. Okay, Grell, off you go. What have you got? You read yours.
Some inconsistencies throughout the film, but when the big moments hit, they make this a once in a generation film. I think even when he dominated and was doing really well, and we spoke a lot about him, and he's a great player, he's always good in little spurts around the box, right? In little moments where he scores some big goals. But he never has the ability to take over games. He never, even at his peak, he doesn't take over games. He's almost like a really important, nice tool to have around the boxes that can change moments, but he doesn't take over. Yeah. He doesn't play a game from start to finish over 90 minutes, and he hasn't really.
In every game we've seen him play against Inter, it's always been Christian Pulisic's going to be the one to change things.
In moments, but you never say, wow, what a game he played from 1 to 90. It's just that's just not his. There's a lot of players like that. Filippo Inzaghi was like, there was a lot of great players that take over in little spurts, and he's great at that. He's just not going to take over a game if things are going bad.
I find that interesting, especially even with the US men's national team. Obviously, you know, maybe you could state that that's a completely different case, but even in the games against Mexico and all the celebrations that he's done. Okay, interesting. So what about Weston McKennie? Let's see Spaghetti Weston. He has been all over the sheriff, the outlaw, the winger. He's been whatever he wants to be, hasn't he, this season, and everything they've needed him to be, Marco?
Just for some context, he started a match against Galatasaray, Champions League match, as a center forward, and he ended the second leg playing as a left back, just to show you the range that he has. He has benefited the most from a coaching change, maybe out of any player in Europe. We know the story with Weston. Sometimes he's pushed out, or every year he's pushed out of Juventus. He finds a way to get back in. But Spalletti, since he took over at the end of October, it's the fact that he's put him in the right position. So one of the few films where the mid-shoot director change was for the better. This movie gives fans exactly what they wanted.
I like that.
That's to the point of he can play anywhere for Spalletti, and the way that Spalletti sees football, it is not set roles. It is not, you're a right back, you have to stay here. You're a midfielder, you have to stay here. You have to be smart enough to interpret space and interpret moments, and that's why Weston is fit. And his relationship with Spalletti, they have talked so well about each other, and I love this mix, and I love the fact that Spalletti has already renewed his contract with Juventus, so for me that means Weston will stay at Juventus.
Surely this is going to be a nice summer for Weston, isn't it, with no contract worries in his mind like in the past. Nigel,
go on, Angel, do the honours, please.
The best film in the franchise. It challenges you to keep up with the twists and turns without holding your hand.
Let me simplify that for you. Weston McKennie's mental strength throughout this season has been absolutely amazing. With all the twists and turns of what he's had to go through at his time at Juventus, he stood tall. So that's why I gave that review for that. And for me, I'll say it again, he is the most important player for the USA as they go into a World Cup. Bad boy Weston McKennie.
Angelic. You can see her horns right now. They're growing. You don't see that?
You see all this white outfit. Nige, I like that review as well. Good one. Okay, Grell?
Yeah, this one, a comfort classic. You always know what you'll get from this series, even as the movie landscape changes around them. Mr. Steady, right? Mr. Stable in an environment that hasn't been stable, right? We've been trying to figure it out for years. Who's going to be the manager? What direction are they going to go on? Is Elkin going to sell the club? Is he going to be there? Like all these questions around the place. I mean, we always get the pleasure of working with Alessandro Del Piero as well, and he was one that asked his own question. So, Mr. Reliable in an atmosphere that has been a little bit all over the place.
We've had big question marks around the characters of the Juventus players over these last years. He is one that embodies Juventus, the spirit, the fino alla fine, the Juventinità.
That's right.
That's one amazing part about Weston's game that I think doesn't get talked about enough.
So true, and everybody speaks so highly of him. Does it? Even Thiago Motta, when we sat down, he couldn't speak highly enough of Weston's
Except
character.
Tudor.
Yeah,
Made him go on a diet.
yeah, apart from him.
Besides that.